Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn show, man. Today is January the 20th, and we have, I think it's 7 games on the NBA slate for today. So we're going to jump right into it, man. Yesterday, I got taken behind the woodshed yesterday. I got smoked yesterday. 1-3 day for myself. So yesterday I left two plays on the show yesterday, and neither one of them was even close. Cavs at home never really stood a chance against OKC, and then the Knicks end up giving Detroit their first win and cover on the road in quite a long time. Knicks just really going through it. I thought it was a nice bounce back spot for them yesterday with Dallas being shorthanded, but turned out not to be. We took Atlanta live at halftime against the Bucks plus 11.5. They almost come back and win the game. That was the only winner. And then I added Miami first quarter plus the 1.5, and Miami had a 7-point lead in the first quarter and just kind of pissed it away. End up losing the first quarter by 2 points. So we end up losing that bet as well. I think Miami closed on a 15-4 run. Golden State closed the first quarter on a 15-4 run because Miami couldn't stop turning the ball over last night. So, I got to do a little bit better today. I haven't had that bad of a losing day in quite a while. I had a 0-1 day, but not that bad in quite a while. So hopefully I can do a little bit better today. I am currently still going through the slate. I haven't completely dissected it yet, but I'll give you guys what I have for it today as far as, breaking the games down and the notes that I have. So let's jump into it, man. Let's get into it for today. I'm going to go through the comments real quick, and then we will get into the slate for today. All right, let's get into it. So good morning, Taylor. Appreciate you for always tapping in. I know we got some player props on the way if Taylor is here. Locke says, good morning, Christian community. Let's get it. Good morning, Anthony. What up, Court? He says, what up, everyone? Appreciate you for tapping in as well, Court. Top of the morning, my brother. Top of the morning. All right, let's jump into it, man. Let's just get straight into it for today. So we'll start off with JaXon, AI sports betting tool. Yesterday, I gave you guys two looks. What were they? I can't even remember what they were. I don't think I wrote them down quite yet. Let's go back through my notes real quick. So I think I know that the spread bet was on the Clippers minus the 6.5. That was a loser. They end up winning the game, I think, by 5 or 6 points yesterday. So loser for JaXon on the spread. And then as far as the total, OKC and Cleveland under the 235, that was a winner. I'm pretty sure Cleveland offense struggled. No, that was a loser too. Because OKC ended up scoring 40 points, I think, in the fourth quarter. So that was a losing bet as well. It looked like it was going under, and then they got absolutely blasted in the fourth quarter. So that game ended up going under as well. Ended up going over as well. I want to double check, make sure I'm not tripping. But I want to say, yeah, that game finished 240 yesterday, mainly because of the fourth quarter specifically. But yeah, that was a loser bet as well. So 0-2 day for JaXon yesterday. As far as today, I asked JaXon for the prompt I put in with JaXon was provide me with the best spread bet in the NBA today using only data from Cleaning the Glass, NBA advanced stats, and official NBA injury report. Do not use narratives, media opinions, or public betting percentages unless specified. If possible, use the last 10 game sample for each team. So JaXon spits back out to me that it likes the Houston Rockets minus the 3.5. It says that they host the San Antonio Spurs, who are 30-13 in a matchup where the advanced metrics suggest the Rockets are undervalued at home. According to the aggregated data, team data, the Rockets boast the fourth best net rating in the NBA, by an elite offensive, driven by an elite offensive rating of 119.3. The most significant mismatch lies in the possession games. Houston is the premier rebounding team in the league, ranking first in offensive rebound percentage at 39.7. This allows them to generate massive volume of second chance opportunities, which is a catastrophic matchup for the Spurs defense that, while ranked third overall, will struggle to end possessions against the Houston glass crashing, which I completely disagree with that, with Steven Adams being out, but that's just my thought process. While the Spurs have a superior record, the Rockets point differential of plus 7.3 7.7. Third suggests they play at a higher level than their win-loss total indicates. Houston's methodical pace, 96.8, ranking 28th. Floor spacer and a secondary creator, which puts more pressure on their half-court execution against the Rockets defense that ranks 8th in the league. So, yeah, that's the first look. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the write-up here, but yeah, Houston minus 3.5 for JaXon. The other look is on Minnesota minus the 10. It says that the Minnesota Timberwolves 27-16 travel to Utah to face a Jazz team 14-29 that's currently decimated by injuries to its core rotation. The advanced metrics highlight a massive defensive mismatch. Minnesota ranks 9th in defensive rating at 112.7, 7th in net rating at 4.8. They face the Utah defense that's the worst in the league, ranking 30th in defensive rating. The Jazz are officially without Lloyd Marketing, Walker Kessler, Gorgeous Niang. Without Kessler's rim protection and more market and scoring gravity, Utah lacks the personnel to stop Minnesota offense that ranks 5th in effective field goal percentage. Minnesota's ability to take care of the ball, 8th in turnover percentage, ensures they won't give a struggling Utah team easy transition points. The Jazz rank 28th in point differential. With their primary stars sideline, the gap is expected to widen. So Naz Reid is listed day to day, but the primary engine remains healthy. Utah's 30th ranked defense is ill-equipped to handle Minnesota's size and efficiency. The Jazz play at the third fastest pace in the league, which typically favors the more efficient team in a blowout scenario, as it provides more possessions for the talent gap to manifest on the scoreboard. So Minnesota minus the 10 is the look here, and Houston minus the 3.5. JaXon likes 2 favorites. Let's jump into the games. Link is in the description if you guys are interested. So this Suns and Philadelphia 76ers game, I kind of feel like we need to wait on the injury report a little bit, maybe not completely. Embiid played last night. I'm guessing that he does not play again tonight. Paul George did not play last night. He's listed as questionable. I'm thinking that he comes back. And then on the Phoenix side of things, they did bring Devin Booker back last night. I'm guessing he plays again tonight. And then Jalen Green could potentially have returned yesterday. He did not, but he is probable for today. And I think that he is going to play based on what I was reading. So I'm looking into the game last night. A couple things kind of stood out to me. Phoenix on the second leg of a back-to-back. It's 3rd and 4 as well. It's 4th and 6 as well. They have travel to go with that, but they've been the best ATS team in the NBA this season. I think overall, they've been the best ATS team. Real quick, let me just go get to the numbers. Well, I know that they've been the best ATS team. I just want to give you guys the actual numbers. So Phoenix, really, really hard to fade them. They are, 70% ATS, number 1 in the NBA, but the 76ers are actually second at 60%. The other thing that stood out to me when I was looking at this last night is Philly on the second leg of back-to-backs. We took them last time they played the second leg of a back-to-back. It was Toronto 2 weeks ago, and they won that game and covered the spread pretty easily. And that was Toronto, a short-handed Toronto team. They had revenge as well. They are 8-0 against the spread when they're playing the rest of the season. Suns not necessarily the worst team in the NBA either. They're 4-3 on the second leg of back-to-back. So this game is difficult for me to try to play. I think, the more I was looking into it, both of these teams are really good 3-point defenses. I kind of want to go Maxey under his 3-point prop. When I looked at the number, the best number you could get was minus 144 earlier this morning on FanDuel. I do think that Maxey, when I went through it and kind of looked at his numbers, he has really struggled against teams that don't give up a lot of catch and shoot, that play the ball handler pretty well off the pick and roll, which is what Philly likes to do. So I kind of lean Maxey under his points, but I would love to know who's going to be in. I kind of like Maxey under his threes. I would love to know who's going to be in. When I looked at the Philadelphia side, the Phoenix side of things, as far as 3-point shooters, like there wasn't a lot that really stood out to me. It was a lot of numbers that was already juiced to the under. I think both of these teams, try to score on the inside in this game because they've both been really great defending the 3-point line, which led me to Mark Williams. His points prop is listed at 10.5. Mark Williams has only played in the back-to-back twice this season. And in those games, he averages just 18 minutes. So I couldn't take him at 10.5 for his over. Just because with, under 20 minutes, he hasn't hit that number any this season. So I'm interested to see if he gets ruled in. If he gets ruled in or gets ruled out. He did play in the second leg of a back-to-back in their most recent game. So we'll see what they do with his minutes. Odd he's a pretty good coach, but I'm not sure what he's going to do with his minutes in this spot. So ultimately, it's a game I completely wanted to, just kind of stay away from. I do lean Philly just because Phoenix, like I said, second leg of back-to-back, third and fourth and six, and they have travel and they rested. Philadelphia 76ers did not have to rest. They kind of got the bad taste out of their mouth in that game last night after losing back-to-back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So those are my quick thoughts on this game. This is the first meeting this season. I think for Phoenix, they got one more game on Thursday in Atlanta. That'll end the 6-game road trip. So it is fifth of a 6-game road trip as well. I kind of want to play under, and I kind of want to play Philly, but those are my quick thoughts on it. Let's see. Double says, "What's up, bro? We need to bounce back today." Absolutely. I think I got some stuff for us today. We're gonna talk about it when we get there. Tommy says, "What's good, DJs? Let's get paid." Beautiful 8-2 night in the NBA last night. Trying to keep the momentum going. Absolutely, Tommy. I love to see that. Michi says, "No Adams versus Wemby. Good luck." Absolutely. I'm right there with you. He's going to abuse Sengun tonight, in my opinion. Dougie says, "Suns team total over seems like a sneaky steal. Jalen Green back. Offense been humming." They did shoot the ball really well. I'm expecting a little bit of regression tonight, Dougie. I think they shot they cleared that total pretty easily against Philly yesterday. I was looking into it last night. I don't expect them to shoot that well. I wouldn't say their offense has been humming either, though, Dougie. They scored 126 last night against Brooklyn, but before that, they got 106 against the Knicks, 105 against Detroit, and they got to 121 against Miami, but they gave up 127. So offense hasn't really been humming. This team is actually 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games, and it looks like they've gone under in what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their last 9. So yeah, offense ain't really humming right now, Dougie. I actually think under might be the best play here. Sixers led the Cavs with not gonna put it. Yeah, but they played a little bit of defense last night. What's up, for real? Appreciate you for tapping in. Beach says Jalen Green might mess up the flow. He might, and I'm not expecting him to be to play a bunch of minutes in this game. I do think it'll be a light load for his minutes in this one. All right, let's keep pushing. Next game up, Spurs and the Rockets. So lined up to 4. Last night this was at 3.5. Total was at 223.5. It's down to 221. I agree with the money coming in on the under here. You look at the situational stuff for the San Antonio Spurs. They are playing the second leg. They got the win last night, but did not get the cover against the Utah Jazz. So now on the road, I would have had to hold my note. I probably wouldn't have been able to watch the game, but I kind of liked the Utah Jazz last night. They were able to get the job done. So now the Spurs, second leg of back-to-back, third and fourth and six. Short travel, of course, in-state. Rockets do have in-season revenge. They got smoked the last time these two teams played. They are playing their 4th and 6th games, but I think majority of these have been at home on the Houston side of things. Yeah, it's their 5th straight home game for the Houston Rockets. They got the Pelicans out the way in the last game, but did not cover the spread, laying 13.5, won the game by 9. But they do have back-to-back wins after beating the Timberwolves as well. So you got to ask yourself, can the Spurs come in here and keep this game close against the Rockets? There is no Alfred Sengun. We got to see like what the Wemby minutes. That's one thing I wrote in my notes. Tari Eason is also listed as questionable. But Steven Adams, I think that really destroys the rebounding advantage that the Houston Rockets had. Now, Clint Capella is a pretty good rebounder. It's one more person that's in the rotation. It's him, Sengun, Steven Adams. I feel like it was one more person. Maybe not. They're going to have to add one more person to the rotation, though. I don't know, man. I just kind of think Houston want to get their revenge, but they just really haven't been covering numbers. They need to win by 2 possessions in this game. San Antonio, I looked at them earlier. Well, I'm not earlier, but last night. They've done really, really well on the second leg of back-to-back games. San Antonio is 9-1 against the spread in the first half. They're road dog this season, 6-1 if they're playing second leg of back-to-back games. They're actually 5-2 on the second leg of back-to-backs as well. So Houston just not really putting it together for me offensively right now. Like if I look at Houston last 10 games, they are, just continue to struggle on the offensive end. 23rd in offensive rating. They are 7th in defensive rating, but San Antonio is also 4th in defensive rating. I just kind of think without Steven Adams, they're going to struggle. I think, maybe even just, I didn't do it too deep of a dive into it, but maybe, just looking at Wemby points, But like I said, the thing that I had in my notes is that, like, how many minutes is Wemby gonna play in this game? That's the thing. He played what was it, 26 last night? He ended up with 33 points in 26 minutes. But I don't know. Wemby's minutes in this spot is the thing that scares me a little bit. He's listed at 23 and a half. I think even though he gets a lot of his points at the rim and via catch and shoot, I think he could do whatever it is that he wants to against this defense. They just don't have a really good matchup for him. When they played earlier this season, what did Wemby do? He had 22 points. He shot 8 for 16 from the field, 0 for 2 from the three-point line, got to the free throw line 6 times. So they also were without Fox in that game. Harper didn't play. I don't know. I kind of feel like San Antonio can keep this game close. I kind of think that they can keep it close here. I kind of like the trends for San Antonio on the second leg of a back-to-back. Don't really like what I'm seeing from Houston right now. Maybe I just get in with San Antonio early. Like I said, they're 9-1 against the spread on the second leg of a back-to-back. In the first half specifically, maybe that's the way I play it. San Antonio first half. Let's see. Sengun under his points, Tommy says. The volume's going to be there for Sengun, but I think that makes a ton of sense. Tommy agrees to Spurs plus 3.5 for this game specifically. Taylor says Rockets team total over 111.5. Rockets 5-2 to the over on their team total when playing teams that are unrested this season. Okay. Offense has struggled though, man. Boogie says, good morning, big favor. What is the Spurs fourth quarter record? They seem to give up every fourth quarter. That's why I think you want to get in and get out. That makes a ton of sense. So the Spurs ATS are 6-4 against the spread. What did I put in here? As a road dog, the Spurs are 6-4, but in the first half, specifically 9-1. So this makes a lot of sense, Boogie. That's the way I see it as well. Let's see. As far as trend goes, Houston is 8-8 as a home favorite. If Houston is laying like a short number like this, 2.5 to 7, they're 6-5 against the number. The Spurs are 4-3 against the number. If they're a dog of 2.5 to 7, from 2.5 to laying 7 points. I'm sorry, from 2.5 a dog to 7, they are 4-3 against the number. For real says he likes the Rockets -4. If they don't cover this one off the Spurs back-to-back, the Rockets will not win one. We'll see. Dom says Houston is a no bet without Sengun. Houston has Sengun, right? Yeah, Houston got Sengun. I didn't see Sengun on the injury report for today. Yeah, they only got Steven Adams. I think that's what Dom's meant. Oh, yes. He says Sengun is in. How's the injury? We got to wait. So Spurs can submit their injury report late, of course. Devin Vassell didn't play yesterday, though. Tommy says Rockets have to beat a good team before I can back them. Okay, I can understand that. All right. Do me a favor. Hit the like if you can. Share the show if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. And let's keep pushing. All right, next one up, Clippers and the Bulls. So interesting game here. Clippers, of course, playing second leg of back-to-back. They were in DC last night. They got the job done against the Wizards in DC, but did not cover the spread. Right? They ended up winning the game by 4. They were laying 6.5, and really their offense kind of failed them. That game only finished 216 points on a 227.5 total. So you got to ask yourself, can the offense bounce back against the Bulls here? Now the Bulls, the Clippers, of course, can submit their injury report late. Kawhi, I'm not sure of the timetable for Kawhi. That's the thing that kind of keeps me from playing this game. I know that I should have probably just searched for it this morning. I didn't have time to search for it this morning, though, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know the status of Kawhi Leonard, or if he can return in this. No, but I do want to double check it real quick. So let me just double check the status of Kawhi. I'll do this on the show real quick. See if I can do it faster with my phone. So Kawhi is out for at least 2 more games. That was reported yesterday. So they will be without Kawhi Leonard. Left knee contusion. I did not see that when I was looking at the injury report. So Kawhi's out. James Harden played big minutes last night. Should have just bet his points, rebounds, and assists like we talked about. I just didn't think that he would need to go that crazy against the Wizards last night, but they absolutely needed him. So you got the Clippers on the second leg of a back-to-back. They've been running really hot. I think they've won 6 in a row, and covered 5 of those 6 spreads, all but last night. The Bulls did assign Josh Giddey to the G League team. He is listed as questionable. I think he makes his return today, and I think Patrick Williams will play as well. He's also listed as questionable, with Zach Collins being listed as out. So second leg of back-to-back short travel. Bulls have the rest advantage in this spot. This line opened at 1. It's now moved up to 4. Somebody with the sharp money knows that they like the spot for the Bulls. The Bulls are coming off, I guess you could say, 2 days of rest. 1 day of rest, but a non-rested team here for the Clippers. It is their last game of a 3-game road trip for the Clippers as well before they go back home and host the Lakers on Wednesday. I just don't like laying points with the Bulls. That's really what it comes down to. As a home favorite, I give you guys these numbers all the time. They're just 4-8-1 against the number. I kind of think the Clippers will be able to keep this close, maybe even in the first half. Giddey comes in, throws the offense off a little bit. Clippers have been better as road dogs in the first half than they have been for the full game. 8-6-1 against the number. The Bulls laying points in the first half, just 5-8 against the number. So trends and my thought process with Giddey potentially coming back, I think he's going to play. As long as the Clippers don't rule anybody out, I think Clippers first half is the best look in this game. That's my thought process. Real quick, just to give you guys some more numbers. Last 10 games, for what it's worth, Clippers have been a better offensive team. Defense about the same, 18th and 17th. Clippers also playing at the 3rd slowest pace in the NBA. Yeah, I just think the Clippers early in this spot makes the most sense. I do think that. Let's see. What are you guys thinking right here? And then I'll give you guys in this game, and then I'll go to the last one and give you guys my favorite player prop look on the board for today. What up, Dav? Hope all is well with you, bro. He says, hey, yo, it's been a minute since I tapped in. Hope you've been doing well, Chris. James Harden over his 4.5 boards is my look against the Bulls. Spoiler alert from my video that's currently uploaded. Appreciate you, Dav. Hope all is well, bro. Hope all is well, man. Harden 4 at 5 boards. Who was it? I think it was Adam that came on the other day in same spot, right, against the Bulls. It was Noah Clowney over his boards in that game, and that was a look that cashed pretty easily. He was listed at 5.5 and finished with 8. So Harden without Kawhi makes a lot of sense. Yesterday, I said John Collins rebound prop was probably a good look. John Collins absolutely did nothing in that game. I'm glad I stayed away from his points plus rebounds, but this makes a lot of sense. This look here from Dav. Tommy says, I can't trust the Bulls as a home favorite. I agree with that. Let's see. He got sent back to LA. Appreciate you. I did not see that. What's up, Vario? Says I'm late. Usually do it at the beginning of the show. Did your Wizards pick up the second one? Nah, we lost on Saturday, man. We did lose on Saturday. I think we lost by 8. It was a pretty good game. My best player, man, he got his end noise taken out last Monday, I think it was. So missing him, we haven't won a game. We were 1-3, 1-3 without him. Yeah. Taylor says he likes Harden under his 30.5 points, under in 5 of his 6 back-to-backs, and that includes 2 games with Kawhi. Okay, I think that's a sharp look. Dom says Clippers early might be the look. Could see them running out of gas in the second half. It is an older team without Kawhi, best player, second leg of back-to-back. I think if I like the Clippers, I want to get in early. Clippers first half for me. What else y'all saying? What up, Peasy? Appreciate you for tapping in. Dude says bless up, Chris. Like the Bulls money line. And Vucevic over his points. Dav says, yep, I ladder Clowney in that game versus the Bulls. Harden should get the deadly Isaac Okoro matchup. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to put Isaac Okoro on Harden. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely a given game, man. I like it, Dav. I like it a lot. All right, let's go to the last one, which is Lakers and Nuggets. I actually wanted to go Bulls. And not Bulls, but Golden State and Toronto. That's the game that I like the most. But let's go Lakers and Nuggets real quick. So Lakers been doing this thing, man, where, if it's the first leg of a back-to-back, or if they're the more rested team, they've been absolutely getting smoked. And then if they're the least rested team, they actually been playing, pretty good basketball. So this line's at 2.5. You got a team that both of these teams kind of fatigued. Lakers playing 3rd and 4. 4th and 6 with travel to Denver. They did get a bounce back win against the Toronto Raptors in that last game after getting smoked against Portland the night before without Luka. And then on the Denver side of things, it is 3rd and 4 as well. They should get back in this game specifically, they should have Jamal Murray, who did play in the last one. Christian Braun's out, but they should get Aaron Gordon back, which I think is big for them here. This is a game where, like, I think for whatever reason, when I was looking into the trends yesterday, and it just kind of makes too much sense. The Lakers as a road favorite, I don't want anything to do with the Lakers as a road favorite. I know Denver will be shorthanded, but the way I want to attack the Nuggets in this spot is early. For whatever reason, the Lakers laying points on the road just hasn't been profitable. The Lakers have been road favorites 10 times. They're just 2-8 against the spread in those games. Nuggets is a home dog, specifically in the first half. Not the greatest of trends, but they are 3-3 against the number. They're coming off a loss where they got absolutely steamrolled by the Charlotte Hornets in that last game. I think Nuggets early in this game makes the most sense. First half, Lakers, for whatever reason, have been putting their foot on the gas in the second half. Like, not necessarily in every single game, but they play well in the second half against Toronto the other day. I remember them being in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. It's kind of same thing, right? So I think Denver, I mean, not that they're not even live to win the game. The Lakers should be a little bit healthier. Aiden missed one of those games. Luka missed one of those games. But you still got Bron playing, 4th and 6 on the road. With the altitude, I think Nuggets early in this game makes the most sense. Nuggets first half, you can get a 1.5. I think that's the best number. It wouldn't surprise me if they would win the game at halftime here. And then I do want to go through the last game. What up, G421? Appreciate you for tapping in. Dude says LeBron got snubbed, so we went over on his points. I'm not messing with Bron over his points, but best of luck, man. I can't cap LeBron's energy for the game. Like, not that his numbers have been bad, but like Bron just be out there doing cardio some days. Like, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure at all. Tommy says, I want to take the game under and the Nuggets plus 2.5. I couldn't talk you off Nuggets plus 2.5, man. I just don't trust the Lakers right now. As far as the Minnesota and Sacramento game goes, just go to the other games real quick. The Minnesota-Sacramento game, like, maybe because Anthony Davis was snubbed from the All-Star game, he comes out here and puts on a magnificent performance. It wouldn't surprise me at all. His points prop listed at 30.5. Wemby did get the All-Star vote, the All-Star selection over him. He's coming off a game where he had 55 against the San Antonio Spurs, but does he get up, for a game like this? I'm not completely sure. No, he won't have an easier defense to do it against. We know that the Utah Jazz, they foul a ton. They give up a bunch of points in transition. They give up a bunch of points via spot up, the worst spot up defense in the NBA. Anthony Edwards gets a lot of his points in those shot zones specifically. So Anthony Edwards to go over his points prop at 30.5. I think he could absolutely get there. I feel like the last time Anthony Edwards, he had a really good matchup. I want to say it was against the Utah Jazz. He absolutely did nothing in that game. And I think we bet on him because that was the game where he could have broke the franchise record for most consecutive 30-point games in a row. And I want to say he did nothing, but it wasn't against the Jazz, though. It wasn't against the Jazz. I just looked at the numbers. He had 37 and 35 in both of those games. So I guess Anthony Edwards over his points prop would be a look in that game. I can't lay points with the Jazz on the road with the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. They just haven't been profitable enough. Now, it is a spot where you're supposed to fade the Jazz, the second leg of back-to-back, 3rd and 4th, 4th and 6th, and 5th and 7th. But Lauri Markkanen didn't play last night. He could potentially return. That would, help their offense out a lot, and they could potentially cover in this game. When I looked at Minnesota laying points on the road, they are Minnesota is 6-9 when they're laying points on the road. The Jazz is a home dog, are 12-7. So I know it's a terrible spot fatigue-wise, but not laying 10 points with the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. And then the last game, and the one that I actually did bet, actually my favorite look on the board so far is Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors. So Toronto opened 5.5-point favorites, 5.5-point dogs. The line, of course, has come all the way down. And a big part of it is, Jimmy Butler get well soon, tore his ACL last night or MCL. And then Draymond missed the game, but he's expected to play today with the knee injury. Colin Murray-Bulls is listed as out, so that's now him and no Jakob Poeltl. RJ Barrett is listed as out as well. So as much as I wanted to get there with the over, because I think it'll be a lack of rim protection, both of these teams are playing pretty slow, and the Toronto Raptors actually do a pretty good job of running teams off the three-point line. So I decided to pivot towards Scotty Barnes over his 8.5 rebounds, plus 101 on DraftKings when I looked at it this morning. Scotty Barnes, when they played earlier this season, excuse me, Scotty Barnes, when they played early this season, this was the game where he had 25 rebounds. I think I bet on him the game before. But Scotty Barnes boards, we just go quickly over to Outlier. His rebound prop at 8.5. I'm not sure who's going to get the rebounds if it's not him. Brandon Ingram has been doing a pretty good job of rebounding basketball. You see that he has been going under back-to-back 7 rebound games against the Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the hit rate does not look great. But the minutes are there. The rebound chances are also there. If he gets double-digit rebound chances against a team that is not in the top half of the league, he's averaging closer to 10 rebounds in this spot. So I consider this double-double as well. It was plus 142, I think, on DraftKings when I looked earlier this morning. But I do like Scotty Barnes over his boys. It's not going to look great on the hit rate, as far as the hit rate perspective. But if we go in here and we just do a couple filters like games played without Jakob Poeltl, the number gets a little bit better, right at 8.6. We just need him to grab 9. We got the Golden State Warriors, who are playing second leg of back-to-back. I think it's third and fourth and sixth for the Warriors as well. Now they're without Jimmy Butler, another great rebounder. I like Scotty Barnes over his boys in this spot. I do think that this won't be plus money when it closes a little bit later today. And then if we factor in Colin Murray Boyles out as well, you can see that it's only been 2 games. This is the game he had 25 rebounds against the Golden State Warriors. So this is one of the looks that I like. Actually, the top look that I like today is Scotty Barnes over his boys in that game. Not really sure what to do with the spread though. Got to do a little bit more digging in that spot. Let's see. What are you guys seeing here? Yeah, Minnesota does play Utah. If I said it wrong, my apologies. Minnesota first quarter on the road, 7-3 against the spread last 10. Anthony Edwards averages 5 made threes against the division, LJ says. Okay. Let's see. Monsters, I like the Ant tonight. I like Ant tonight, but only if marketing is in. The way the Jazz been playing the last 2 weeks, they've been in quite a few blowouts, even though they performed well in most of their recent games. Deuce says took the Jazz plus 11.5 and George over his points and assists. Okay, I would. So if Naz Reid doesn't play, that's going to hurt a lot. But I would wait if I want the Jazz just to make sure they don't rule anybody out because it's 57 nights. We'll see. We shall see. I think somebody else got ruled out as well. No. All good, Tommy. What's up, Fahrenheit? Appreciate you for tapping in. Ingram over his points. Should be a good spot. I'm not sure who they're gonna put on him, Double. He's just so I watched that game against the Lakers. He was cooking us, absolutely getting whatever it is that he wanted. Mid-range, pull up, cash. And then he still didn't go over his points prop. So if you can't do it against the Lakers, I don't know. Warriors not playing. I expect the Warriors defense to take a little bit of a step back, but Toronto's offense is not great. I just don't want the Raptors without RJ Barrett on the road. It's just not something I want to do with my money. Warriors have actually been playing well. I keep discrediting them, but they won the game last night, pulled away from the Miami Heat, covered the spread. I think this is last of a 7-game or 8-game homestand. I don't really want to fade the Warriors right now. They're gonna I think they're gonna try to do a really good job of getting the ball out of Steph's hands today, though. They'll put shed on him. Cause he'll cook quickly. But I like the rebound look for sure. What's up, Brian? Appreciate you for tapping in as well. And Fahrenheit, I appreciate the comment as well, man. Always reminding people to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I think we went through all the games, right? Yeah, we did go through all the games. Yeah. Okay. So real quick recap. Did I put it up here? Yeah, Denver plus the 1.5. I did not bet yet. Scotty Barnes over his 8.5 boards, though. That's what I've come to so far. I still got a ton of work to do on the card for today, especially from a player prop perspective. Like I said, the Maxey under his threes, minus 144, not something that I play too much, but I do like that look a lot as well. And yeah, that's what I'll leave you guys with today. I feel like I'm missing something though. Oh, Victor over his points. I'm not gonna edit up here, but Victor over his points, I think is a pretty good look. Clippers first half. I think if I want to play that game also for the people that listen and don't just read the screen. Don't just read the screen. Anthony Edwards over his points prop, also something I got to consider a little bit more as well. So those are the looks for myself, at least so far. Like I said, I got a little bit more work to do on the card, but man, whatever it is that you guys are betting, I wish you the best of luck. The resources are all linked in the description if you guys are interested in checking them out. And that'll be it, man. Best of luck on your action. We'll be back tomorrow. Official plays will be sent out to the members whenever I do make them. Outside of the Scotty Barnes look, I got to send that out to the members. But everything else I've sent out already. Best of luck on your action, man. Y'all enjoy the Monday, Tuesday. I'll catch you guys in the next one.